The Young and the Restless spoilers. Phyllis controls Jack's freedom. Will she save him? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, position of power will put her in another tricky situation. Following Victor Newman's, Eric Braeden, decision to kidnap Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and demand Chancellor in exchange for his return, Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, will push Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, to cave in. The problem is that it isn't up to Billy. Since the finalization of Billy's contract was delayed, Phyllis is still in charge of Chancellor along with the rest of the Newman Empire. That may be a snag Victor didn't anticipate and could make it a little tougher for his plan to work. It's one thing to manipulate the Abbotts over captive Jack, but Phyllis hasn't been buying Victor's scare tactics so far. Phyllis knows Victor would never hurt Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, and the twins, so she's always been adamant that Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, shouldn't fall for this whole abduction bluff. Once Phyllis finds out the news of Jack's kidnapping, she may think it's just another ploy on Victor's part. Considering Nikki Newman's, Melody Thomas Scott, deep bond with Jack, Phyllis may argue that Victor will return Jack soon if he wants to keep his marriage intact. However, Diane may go to her old rival and ask a heartbreaking question. It's easy to imagine Diane pleading that if Phyllis ever loved Jack at all, will she please make this trade and reunite him with his concerned family. Phyllis may end up thinking back to the time Victor swapped Jack out for Marco Annicelli, Peter Bergman, the doppelganger he found in a Peruvian prison. That could leave Phyllis torn between wanting to get Jack out of his latest captivity mess and wanting Victor to pay for what he previously did to her. Since Phyllis was married to Jack and unaware of that Marco swap for months, she was duped into going to bed with Marco repeatedly. That horrible violation is something that still drives Phyllis' disdain for Victor to this day. As a result, Y&R spoilers suggest Phyllis may be reluctant to just hand Victor a win by giving up Chancellor. At the same time, Phyllis will know what Victor's capable of due to all the Marco chaos and may have some sympathy for Jack. It may ultimately come down to whether Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziadei, and Summer Newman, last played by Alison Lanier, can convince Phyllis to surrender Chancellor in the end. Whatever the case, the Young and the Restless spoilers say Phyllis will have a big decision to make when it comes to Jack's freedom and future.